These days, you really can't always believe what you see and hear online, can you?
That's for sure.
We're talking about deepfakes and how they're changing the game.
Oh, yeah.
It's a wild world out there. Just picture this. You're watching the news, and you see a world leader, someone everyone knows, making some crazy statement,
Right.
something really shocking, something inflammatory. Then later on, it comes out that it was never real.
It was all completely made up with AI.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the future we're facing, and it's a bit unsettling, right?
Yeah, a little bit, for sure. It's definitely something we need to get our heads around.
So in this deep dive, we're going to dig into how these deepfakes actually work.
Like under the hood.
Right. And we'll look at some real-life examples, stuff you might have even seen online without realizing it was fake.
Definitely.
And most importantly, we'll give you some tips on how to protect yourself from this AI-driven misinformation.
Because it's out there, and it's getting more sophisticated all the time.
Absolutely. So to kick things off, can you break down what a deepfake is, like for someone who's hearing about it for the first time?
Sure. So in the simplest terms, a deepfake is like a video or audio recording that's been faked using AI. It's designed to look and sound like a real person, even though it's completely generated by a computer.
So it's not just like a simple Photoshop job.
No, it's way more advanced than that. These deepfakes use a type of AI called deep learning, where the AI is trained on tons of data, like images and videos of the person they're trying to imitate.
Right. So it's learning all the nuances of their face, their voice, their mannerisms.
Exactly. And the scary thing is that this technology is getting so good that it can be incredibly hard to tell a deepfake from the real thing.
Yeah, one of the articles you sent mentioned that earlier deepfakes were kind of clunky and easy to spot,
Right.
but now they're getting really realistic, almost indistinguishable from actual footage.
Exactly. And that's what makes them so dangerous.
Absolutely. So have there been any cases where these deepfakes have actually fooled people on a large scale?
Oh, yeah. There have been tons of examples. Like, there was this video of a politician that went viral a while back. It looked totally real, but it turned out to be a deepfake created to make him look bad.
And people bought it.
Hook, line, and sinker. I mean, it was shared thousands of times before anyone realized it was fake. And that's the thing, right? These deepfakes can spread like wildfire online before anyone has time to debunk them.
And that's really scary when you think about how it can be used to manipulate public opinion or spread misinformation. You also mentioned voice cloning. Can you talk a bit about that?
Yeah, voice cloning is another area where AI is making huge leaps. It's basically the same principle as the video deepfakes, but instead of generating fake visuals, it's creating fake audio.
So they can make it sound like someone is saying things they never actually said.
Precisely. And it's getting to the point where these cloned voices are almost indistinguishable from the real thing.
So if you got a call from, say, your bank, and it sounded exactly like your usual contact, it could actually be a scammer using AI.
Exactly. And that's a pretty worrying thought. That's why it's becoming so important to be aware of these technologies and how they can be used against us.
Right. So knowing all this, what can we, as everyday internet users, do to protect ourselves? Are there any telltale signs that can help us spot a deepfake?
There are some things to look out for. Like in a video, pay close attention to the person's mouth movements. Do their lips sync up perfectly with the words they're saying?
Because that's often a giveaway with poorly made deepfakes, right?
Exactly. Another thing to check is the skin tone and lighting. Deepfakes can sometimes create weird artifacts or inconsistencies in those areas. And of course, always trust your gut.
Meaning if something just seems too outlandish or too good to be true, it probably is.
Yeah. And it never hurts to do a little fact checking.
Right. So if you see a video or hear a recording that's making some wild claim, don't just take it at face value. Check if other reputable sources are reporting the same thing.
Absolutely. Cross-referencing information is key. If you only see something on a single website or social media account, especially one that's not known for its accuracy, be skeptical.
So basically, we all need to become a bit more discerning about the information we consume online.
Yes, and maybe a little bit more suspicious.
Okay, so let's recap the key takeaways. In this world of deepfakes where seeing is no longer believing, what are the most important things for our listeners to remember?
First and foremost, be aware that this technology exists and it's getting more and more sophisticated.
Right. Don't assume that everything you see or hear is genuine.
Exactly. Second, cultivate a healthy dose of skepticism. If something seems too good to be true or too outrageously bad, It probably
So
is.
question everything.
Yes. And
Yeah,
third, always verify information from multiple sources before you believe it or share it with others. Don't just blindly trust what you see on social media or a single website.
great advice. So as we wrap up, I want to leave our listeners with this thought. As AI becomes increasingly capable of mimicking reality, how will our understanding of truth and authenticity evolve? It's a question we all need to grapple with as we navigate this brave new digital world.
It is.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
My pleasure.